So, hi, I'll get the hello in before my slide starts. That'll help me a lot. I'm here to tell you how in less than a year, a small team at Demonware radically changed the way we build, deploy, and run online video gaming services. For the last 10 years, Demonware has provided the online backend for some of Activision's most beloved franchises like Call of Duty, Guitar Hero, and Skylanders. We've shipped over 100 games, all of which are still running, and we've been successful. But as it happens, inertia nips at the heels of success, and with inertia comes resistance to change. We were becoming victims of our own success. We went from procedure to model-driven configuration management, deploying RPMs to bare metal, and later on VMs using tools like Puppet. But even the Puppet master cannot be all-seeing and all-knowing, and cannot prevent entropy in a system that is forever evolving from an initial state. And so as the entropy, or simply the measure of uncertainty or perceived chaos, increases, so does the effort of maintaining service reliability and availability in the face of inevitable change. Chaos threatens at every turn. And you know something is wrong when a small configuration change ends up looking something like this under the hood. In business, and especially in the business of technology, value is locked up in change. But inertia and entropy are no friends of change. Our mission had become clear. We needed to unlock the latent value in change by building an operations platform that eats change for breakfast. But how do you overcome entropy? In short, you don't. You avoid it, which you can only do if every state of the system is an initial state. Now, sure, there's always a point at which this doesn't hold true, but containers and everything as code gets us a lot closer to that ideal. How do you overcome inertia? Peter Drucker said to be change leaders, enterprises have to focus on opportunities. They have to starve problems and feed opportunities. That struck a chord. We knew we needed radical change, but we couldn't bet the farm on the latest craze, not even if it's Docker, Docker, Docker. So we look to the wisdom of folks like Taleb and Reinertsen, who talk of barbell strategies and asymmetric payoff functions, which boils down to create opportunities for big payoff and known limited downside. And this is where things go south, because my page won't flip. We created a project called SkyPilot. We piloted continuous delivery of Skylanders Imaginators in scheduled containers on cloud infrastructure with a fallback to our data center. So Thoreau, who allegedly sucked the marrow out of life, said, "Men have become the tools of their tools." And maybe he was right after all. Maybe we had become the puppets and were no longer the masters. Maybe it was time to overthrow the puppet master. Maybe it was time to contain chaos. There's supposed to be awesome audio here. We're the Chaos Trap team, whoa! But that didn't happen. And we did contain chaos. We went to the clouds using AWS. We containerized our services using Docker. We lay CI/CD pipelines using GitHub and Jenkins. And we built a production-ready operations platform using CoreOS, Marathon Mesos, and Golang. And in October, together with our studio partners, Toys for Bob, we successfully launched Skylanders Imaginators, to the delight of crazed fans, many of whom had to wait for Santa before they could play the game. And there's no audio, so I'm going to try and do this thing. Hyperventilating. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That's kind of what it was like. Was it all smooth sailing? Of course not. Mistakes were made and lessons learned. For example, the container scheduler will punish you for stupid mistakes, like running out of disk space. And in an auto-remediating system, it's easy to deprioritize collecting debug information. Don't do it. Hammering the Docker daemon with API calls is a bad idea when your health checks depend on it. And respect AWS rate limits, for they will not respect you. Do regular demos so others can join the ride. And run training and drills before you go on call with brand new tech. Double down on RCA diligence and hygiene. Reduce risk and uncertainty as early as possible. Resist the urge to onboard new customers prematurely. And close out your pilot project with an objective, transparent review. Summing up, we did it. And we're not actually Skylanders or superheroes. You too can pilot change in your organization. So if you'd like to learn more about the SkyPilot project, whether it be technical details or where we're headed next, please come by our table. We'd be happy to chat. Thanks.